So, traders, have you ever looked at a chart and believe that price is bullish? And then another trader look at the same chart and says that price is bearish. And the funny thing is, both traders must actually be right. And one of the biggest reasons why traders get confused about market structure is because they focus on one aspect of the structure and completely ignore the other. So this causes traders to get confused with their buyers. They change their buyers regularly, and they enter at the wrong time. You understand, and misunderstand what price is actually analysis. Okay, so let's get into it, guys.
Okay, welcome guys to the next class on market structure. This time we're going to be talking about bullish internal and external market structure and bearish internal and external market structure. Like I said in the last class, the market is not going to look as simple as this, just higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. This is exactly how it's going to look like on chart. Okay, and then we're going to talk about how you can easily identify the most valid high and the most valid lows. So we're going to start with the bullish market structure. You can see I did not add any the consolidation market structure here because since we won't be trading that, I see no need for that. Okay, so now this is the low of this chart and this is the high of this chart. Okay, so market pull back up to this point. So the market pulling back up to this point, does it now mean that, okay, so market pulling back up to this point, does it mean that, yeah, this is a structure already, but is this the valid lower, is this the valid higher low? Remember, this is a bullish trend, so we are bullish. Is this the valid higher low? Is this a valid pullback, as in a strong pullback? It is a pullback, yes, but is it the last higher low, sorry? Is this the last higher low? No, it is not. Remember, in the last lesson, I taught that in case price pullback like this, okay, and then for the pullback to be valid, it has to break the recent high. Do you understand? It has to break the recent high for us to confirm it as, okay, this is a valid higher low. But right now you can see this, it's after the pullback, it went up a little, but it did not break the recent high. Instead, it broke the next low again, and it keeps repeating that over and over again till it got here. This is the last point, okay? So let me make this. Okay, this is the last point before it went higher than break structure. Now, talking about internal and external, this is the external. When we talk about external means something that is outside, and internal means something that is inside. Okay, so this is the main chart. This is the main structure of the market. Okay, all these little pullbacks you're seeing here are the internal structures of the market. Okay, like I said, the market is not just going to go in a straight line like this, just go like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. No, okay, so the market is going to be exactly like this. It wants to make a pullback. It's not just going to come in one straight line and then go again, just like the way we saw in the last chart. It's going to make a series of higher highs, a little bit of higher highs, higher lows. And remember, the market pulling back, creating an internal higher highs and higher lows does not mean that the market is now bearish. Okay, this pullback is just for the market to relax and take fuel. We're going to get to that part of taking fuel later. Is for the market to reverse and take liquidity, okay, before it continues its uptrend. Okay, good. So during this period, this is what we call the pullback or the pro trend. Okay, this is what we call the pullback. The pullback, when market is pulling back after a long expansion or after a long push. Okay, so after a long expansion, after a long push, or after, let's just use that word anyways. So the market comes, create a little bit of pullback then. But how do we know that this is not the last higher high? Okay, we're going to wait and watch the markets continue to do its thing. And then once the market, a new candle is formed or a new chart is formed to break this recent high that we marked here, then this is going to make us understand that, okay, a structure has been formed and the market has broken, a new higher high has been created. So how do we now find out which one is the higher low? Is it this one or this one or this one? No, it's not this one, because there is still another low. There's still another low above, below this one. Is it this one? No, because there's still another low below this one. There's still another low below this one. Is it this one? Yes. Why is it this one? Because this is the lowest point market got to before it broke this high. You could feel that, okay, maybe it is this low that broke this high. You are right, it is this low that broke this high. But where did this low come from? It came from here. Okay, this low came from this high. And where did this high come from? This high came from this low. And you can see that this low is standing on its own. This is the lowest point. The lowest point before a new break of structure is formed. So this will be your valid higher low. Okay, so same thing applies to this one. After this new higher high has been created, we can now write that, okay, this is our new higher high. That is after a valid pullback, a major pullback has happened. Then we can confirm that yes, this is our new higher high. Then an internal structure is being created, higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low, to facilitate the expansion phase or the bullish phase. Yeah, let me just make it out. We are still going to get to that point of expansion on. You understand? But I'm going to use the word. So if I use expansion, it means the continuation phase, the continuation of the trend. Okay, like we know, the market is not just going to keep going on a straight line. So it continues to create an internal structure. So all these ones that I mark in red are the internal structures. These ones that I marked in blue are the external structures. So the internal ones are the series of higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, higher lows that the markets created inside the external structure. From here to here is the external structure. Why? Whatever happens in between this external structure is the internal structures. Like we said, the market will not just go in straight line, go like this, go like this, go like this. No, it's going to be creating structures like this. Okay, so that is how we know that this is the last high, this is the last low. So it does the same thing and then it goes create a higher high. Okay, the same thing and then it goes create a higher low and then break structure. Okay, now so same thing applies to the bearish internal and external market structure. Okay, this high and this low are the external. So what happened in between, inside this range, inside this high and low, is internal until another high is being created, until another break of structure happens. Okay, since a break of structure has not happened yet, so whatever happens in between from here to here is internal. Okay, so now we cannot call this the highest high, we cannot call this the highest high. Why? Because there is another high above it and there is no break of structure yet. So this is the high, the lower high that created a break of structure. From this lower high, we have internal higher high, internal higher low, internal lower low, and then internal lower high, then external lower low that broke structure. Okay, so this lower high led to the break of structure of this low. So meaning that this is the most recent and valid lower high. Why? Because it broke structure. This is an external because it broke another external structure. Okay, so whatever happened in between here is internal. Okay, it is internal. We are still going to get to how we can trade external structures and internal structures, but right now we're only trying to identify which structure is external and which structure is internal. Okay, good. So now again, same thing applies here. This is the new recent lower low and this is the recent lower high. Okay, then we have a little bit of pullback. This is not the recent lower low, and sorry, lower high. This is not the recent lower high. This is the most recent lower high. Why? Because this lower high led to the to a new break of structure of the most recent lower low, creating a new lower low. So this is now the new external from this high to this, from this low to this high. Okay, so whatever happened inside here are external structures. Okay, hope you are getting it. Good. Now same thing applies in here. This is not the lowest low. This is not the highest high. This is not the highest high. This is the highest high. Okay, that caused a break of structure. So this is a valid lower high. Okay, this is a valid lower high that led to a break of structure. Now we're going to take a look at, this is just a drawing. Now we're going to take a look at this on chart and mark out our lower highs and lower lows on chart. Okay, we're going to start marking out our lower highs and lower lows on chart, and also our internal and our external structure on the next lesson. So see you in the next lesson. If you have any questions, please type in your questions, or you can reach out to me with whatever details I put in. Thank you.